If I was a fan, I'd be concerned for her well-being. I personally think if Rock Nation really don't like somebody and they feel they're that big of a problem, I could see them taking it all the way. Whatever you think all the way is, you work it out. I did say pray for Nicki Minaj. Rock Nation is devious, and I'm going to leave it there.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Star Watch, where we expose the truth that the industry tries to hide. Today, we're diving into Nicki Minaj's shocking claims about Rock Nation, and things are getting wild. Once seen as hip-hop's golden empire, Rock Nation's spotless image is cracking fast. People in the industry have started to distance themselves from Jay-Z and Desiree Perez's operation, and fans are beginning to see them for who they really are. Tory Lanez even hinted that Rock Nation were the puppet masters behind his arrest, and he's not alone. DJ Academics called them out for being industry bullies, and streamer Aiden Ross says Rock Nation targeted him just for backing Tory. But while most tread carefully, Nicki Minaj isn't holding back. She's straight up saying Rock Nation is trying to destroy her career and could even be linked to the shocking death of soul legend D'Angelo. We're living in a time where the truth refuses to stay buried. From Diddy to Drake, powerful figures are being exposed, and now Rock Nation is under the microscope. Their mask is slipping, and people are finally seeing the manipulation, control, and intimidation they've used for years. Whether it's silencing media voices, blackballing artists like Nicki, or using the system to punish those who refuse to obey, Rock Nation's empire is starting to crumble. Nicki's claims hit hard because she's not the only one saying it. Tory Lanez said Rock Nation went after him when he refused to sign with them. Right before Megan Thee Stallion, a Rock Nation artist accused him of shooting her. The timing? Way too suspicious. Rock Nation reportedly went all out to make sure Tory Lanez was found guilty, and Nicki Minaj says that's exactly the kind of power move she's been fighting too. According to Nicki, her beef with Rock Nation began when she refused to sign with them after her Young Money deal ended. She claims they didn't take that rejection lightly. Nicki also says she got played in Jay-Z's Tidal deal. When Tidal first launched, she invested her own money and used her massive fan base to promote it, only for Jay-Z to sell the company to Jack Dorsey for about $300 million.
The scariest artist is definitely Nicki Minaj. I think she has the most potential out of everyone to be the #2 rapper of all time.
Nicki allegedly walked away with just $1 to $2 million, claiming she was owed much more. After that, she believes Rock Nation began a full-blown blackballing campaign against her, shutting doors, paying off media outlets, and spreading lies to ruin her reputation. In June 2025, Nicki publicly accused Rock Nation of shadow banning her and running smear campaigns online. She even took aim at Megan Thee Stallion, mocking her over the lawsuit filed by her former cameraman, Emilio Garcia, who accused Megan of harassment and unpaid wages. When Megan tried to get the case dismissed and failed, Nicki went online clowning both Megan and Rock Nation's CEO, Desiree Perez, saying even their power couldn't make that case disappear. Nicki didn't stop there. She exposed Desiree Perez for allegedly trying to institutionalize her own daughter, and claimed that every time she spoke out, Rock Nation retaliated by attacking her behind the scenes. Things got so bad that in October 2025, Nicki snapped again on Twitter, unleashing another round of bombshell accusations. She alleged that Perez had been begging her to sign a touring deal with Live Nation, which partly owns Rock Nation, and then dropped her most shocking claim yet. Nicki suggested Rock Nation might have been involved in the mysterious death of legendary singer D'Angelo. She even revealed she canceled her upcoming album because of them, and that's when her explosive Twitter rant began. Anytime Rock Nation is in the news for something they don't want you to know about, a few things will happen. 1. Will Smith will appear. 2. A famous person is announced dead. 3. Their allies will begin to post and say nasty things about the Queen. And 4. Lazy will pop up looking dumb. This accusation is downright chilling. Nicki didn't just throw random shade, she implied something dark. According to her, whenever Rock Nation wants to steer public attention away from their shady dealings, a sudden celebrity death mysteriously pops up in the news. It's like they use tragedy as their ultimate distraction tactic. Now, the media outlets are reporting that she was referring to D'Angelo, who recently passed away from cancer. If we look at this tweet, Nicki is essentially claiming that Roc Nation is somehow behind this death, and Nicki's claim went even deeper. She basically accused Roc Nation of sacrificing D'Angelo to manipulate the media and distract the public. That's a wild statement, but it's what makes this story so disturbing. D'Angelo's passing always felt off to me. Not because the report said cancer, sadly that's common, but because of who he was linked to. He had a long history with singer Angie Stone, who also passed away recently under strange circumstances. Her death was labeled a tragic accident, but fans never bought that story. Just months before she died, Angie was publicly calling out Universal Music Group, accusing them of robbing her of millions. She claimed they retaliated when she confronted them, even saying they were behind a mysterious blood infection that nearly killed her. Angie promised she wouldn't stop until she got her money back. And then suddenly, she was gone. Something about that timing feels too eerie to ignore.
If you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. One way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. So what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren. They're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? But everybody that works hard for 50 years should be able to retire in peace, should be able to sit back without looking for your money. And if I never get it, at least you heard it from me, because I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me.
I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me.
It's ridiculous that someone has played with my life and my career for this long, for their own benefit. I mean, have you no conscience? There's a special place in hell, just like my girl Selena said, for people like that. And I promise you, God said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. So even in this hour, I'm going to pray for you, because I know that God said that he will fight my battles if I would just endure to the end. When you get in this industry, there are so many twists and turns. And even though you have the Almighty God with you, they still gonna try you. Because just because I believe in God don't mean they believe in God. They don't believe in God. I'm telling on Universal and all the people that y'all work with me, y'all know who you are. You've been spotted. You've been seen. Your worth is useless to me now because I've seen the data. And I hope to God you enjoyed spending every dime you took, because you're going to give it back one of these days. That's all I'm going to say. Well, thank you so much for listening to my testimony and keeping me lifted. I am still here. The devil did not take my life, and God spared me and gave me the extra time I needed.
Not long after posting that video, tragedy struck. Angie Stone died in a car crash that many called way too suspicious. Fans immediately pointed fingers at the record label, saying it looked like another case of silencing someone who dared to speak out. Honestly, it's not hard to believe something darker could be going on. We've seen this pattern before. Just think of what happened to Michael Jackson. So how does this tie back to Roc Nation and D'Angelo's death? Well, Angie and D'Angelo shared a deep history. They dated in the 90s and even had a son together. The eerie part? People already suspect UMG had a hand in Angie's death. And guess what? Roc Nation operates under UMG too, along with Jay-Z and Live Nation. That connection makes Nicki's claims sound even more chilling. If UMG and Roc Nation are tied that closely, could D'Angelo's death really have been just a coincidence? Nicki clearly doesn't think so. And she didn't stop there. She also tweeted, "There's another man who will pop out, but I won't say his name. In the school of recognizing patterns, the students must not be given all the answers, but instead, they must sharpen their critical thinking skills and free their mind of all clutter. Only then will they find it, but they need not search. They need only to be still. There's no race, only peace." Nicki kept going, firing off another tweet that took things to a whole new level. She wasn't holding back this time. Not at all. I have evidence that this was given to a business manager who never told me. My lawyers and business managers owed and knew or aware. Let's see if they'll speak up or if I have to call them up by name. That same business manager stole from me many times. Then he was accused of killing a woman and leaving her in a hotel room. Not sure of the outcome of that case, though. Believe they let her said she died of substance abuse after he left the hotel room around 3 a.m. or something like that. Nicki's tweet seemed to reference the 2021 murder of her former manager, Angela, whose boyfriend Jason Barker was arrested and charged. Fans always felt something about that case seemed off. So when Nicki brought it up, it sounded like she was hinting at something bigger, maybe even a hidden Roc Nation link. And she didn't stop there. She kept tweeting, making her rant even more explosive. They don't want me to put out music. Me winning makes them feel like they lost. They're right. However, it didn't have to be this way. Lots of people part ways in business. They know how successful my next album is going to be. They tried to sign Wayne, Drake, and me, so they keep wanting to take or stop my money simply because narcissists believe what true work hard for belongs to them, fuming because they can't siphon any more energy, money, blessings, love, grace, joy, and peace. No successful tours, just vibes and payola. Casino. As you can see, Roc Nation's reputation is getting darker by the day, known for gatekeeping and pulling shady industry moves. They pressure artists to sign with them and play by their rules, and if anyone dares to say no, they allegedly go straight for their careers. It's all about control and intimidation, making examples out of those who resist, just like they did with Tory Lanez and others caught in their web. Nicki didn't hold back either. She kept her Twitter rampage going strong, this time calling out Desiree Perez directly, tweeting, "Desiree Perez, you got bigger fish to fry, bookie. Conspiracy, false imprisonment, civil rights violation. Oh, Roc Nation, y'all suck. Page 6, US Weekly. Nothing you will say will stop. What's to come? Cry harder? I think you're going to jail, Desiree. Casino." That tweet was a response to a Page 6 article painting Nicki as broke, claiming she was losing her fortune over an unpaid lawsuit to her former bodyguard. The man had sued her for assault, saying he was called to Nicki's dressing room after a backstage incident and was attacked by her husband during the confrontation. Nicki made it clear this was just another example of Roc Nation pulling strings in the media to smear her name and twist the story. She was done staying silent, so she fired right back, taking more shots at Desiree Perez and tweeting, hearing Desiree Perez talk about how she was begging for $40 million and was told no, it was just, oh, Broke Nation, how you get so effing broke, like who in their right effing minds was signed to you. No successful tours, but vibes and bots. This was Nicki Minaj making it crystal clear. People are finally waking up to Roc Nation's dirty game. She exposed how artists are avoiding them because of their shady business deals and how the label's been robbing its own talent for years. Nicki wrapped up her fiery rant by announcing she won't be dropping her album anymore, and she placed the blame squarely on Jay-Z. In the end, she completely called out both Jay-Z and Desiree Perez, accusing them of running a corrupt empire and even hinting they had ties to D'Angelo's mysterious death. What do you think about all this? Do you believe Nicki went too far, or was she finally exposing the truth about Roc Nation? And do you think other artists have secretly faced the same treatment? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and if you're new here, subscribe to Star Watch for more explosive celebrity stories. And don't stop now. There's plenty more drama waiting in our next videos. See you next time. Bye for now.